Hi, okay, so welcome to Sam's 2026 ARCS NetGalley Edition. We're gonna go through all of the ARCs that I've been approved for 2026 so far, what I'm working on right now, and which ones I cannot wait to get to. Some may skip the line, so stick with me. We're gonna go through all of them. I have quite a few, and I'm so excited. If you happen to be one, excited about any, or two, have one on your list, let me know in the comments below. I would love to chat with you. And if you want a buddy read, I'm here. I love buddy reads, so just let me know. Okay, let's get into the first book. So the first book is technically already out. This is A Vow and Vengeance. It is a debut, and it is published by Zando and Slowburn. I adore them. I'm on their street team, so I get to read a lot of their books early, and I can't wait. I'm doing a buddy read with this one. It came out January 13th, but I'm a little bit behind. So I'm doing a buddy read this week with it, and I cannot wait to devour it. It says, deadly tarot, wicked schemes, dangerous alliances. Can you survive the forge? Sexy, action-packed, and brimming with magic, A Vow and Vengeance is an unput-downable romantasy debut. So I'm so excited about this one. The next one is Cross Your Heart and Hope He Dies. This is a St. Martin's Press book. I read one of Jenny's books previously, and they're like romance murder mysteries. They're so stinking cute. I can't wait. So this one is set in Seattle, and that's what drew me to it because I love reading anything about Seattle. But it says, hobnobbing with Seattle's elite on a super yacht, Juliet Winters is about to land the deal of the century if she doesn't get arrested first. What? Give me. Yes, I say give me a lot, but give me. I want it. I want to devour these books. I wish I had more time to read them faster. So Cross Your Heart and Hope He Dies, that one comes out on Tuesday, January 20th, so it's like a little birthday present to me. Maybe I'll read it on my birthday. I could probably finish this off in a day. The next one is a Harlequin romance called 1 Week to Win the Chocolate Maker. I am so excited about this one. I read Timothy's book previously. It is a queer, it's male, spicy, like that's the vibe that these books give, and this one's no different. So it's the spiciest risk lead to the sweetest rewards, and this delicious male retelling of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like, where in that is Sam shouldn't read this? Like, that whole thing is all me. I was the narrator in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in my 6th grade play at school. I had that whole script memorized, and then I moved to Missouri a week before the show. So anyway, this next one is another debut. This is Heart's Gambit. This is a St. Martin's Press book as well. It's a thrilling romantic debut fantasy where competitors from two prominent time-traveling Black families must fight in a deadly magical duel and find themselves falling in love. Everything about that sounds perfect. So I am so excited. It feels very like new. Like, I don't even have like a comparison to put it to. It just feels new, and I am so hyped for this one. This one comes out February 3rd, so mark your calendars. This one's soon. Next up, we have Air of Illusions. This one is another Zando book. I love Zando so much. I will talk about them until the cows come home. This one comes out February 10th, so another one to mark. This is a romantasy, and it is an alliance between enemies, a weapon of untold power, and a bond that can rewrite fate. So it is a viral, propulsive, dark romantasy everyone is reading. A fae assassin with power of illusion, sworn to a king she despises, a grim reaper searching for freedom. Enemies collide in an unlikely alliance brimming with desire and destruction. So, give. Grabby hands. Mine, please. Thank you. Like I said, this one comes out February 10th, so I've got a little bit of time, so keep your eye out for that review too. And then we have The Dragon and the Sun Lotus, and I didn't even think I was gonna get approved for this one, and I did, and I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this is the sequel to Scorpion and the Night Blossom. I devoured Scorpion and the Night Blossom. It was one of my favorite books of last year. I loved it. This is the sequel. I just wanna bite it. Bite, please. Oh, I'm so excited. This one comes out March 3rd, so we've got some time. I'm gonna buddy read this one with books and bedtime. Next, we have Toe to Toe. This is a Fallon book. This is from Putnam. I love anything Fallon writes, essentially. Like, she's another one of those that if she gave me her grocery list, I would just just devour it. I'm really, really excited about this one. This one is like a principal ballerina. I don't know much about it. I just know that it's got a ballerina in it, and I never wanted to be a ballerina. I just loved the ballet, and I was always fascinated with it, and I love theater. So I love anything with ballerinas in it, especially like principal ballerinas or like super competitive or like they're on Broadway or whatever. And when I read Variation by Rebecca Yarros, loved that one. So then I saw this and I was like, oh, give me more ballerinas, please. I love them. They're so cute. Anyway, that one's coming up. And like I said, March 10th, that one comes out. And we have Save the Date. This one comes out April 14th. This is an Atria book. It is a romantic comedy of manners about a lavish wedding weekend gone very, very wrong, with a slow burn romance of Emily Henry and the fizzy humor of Sophie Kinsella. Sorry, I combined the first and last name together. But yeah, it is a heartwarming, hilarious, and sparkling romantic comedy. Oh, it's just the little things in life we need. Cherry Baby comes out April 14th as well. This is a William Morrow book. Okay, so I know a little bit more about this one. This one is like, it's about a woman who lost everything and isn't sure she wants to get it back. And as somebody who at the time felt like I lost everything, I love reading other people's POVs of like how they come back around. I know I'm always learning new parts about myself and new ways to grow and new ways to learn and new ways to accept myself. And so reading books like this, fiction or nonfiction, I don't care if they're about loving yourself and growing as a human and like adapting and adjusting and rewriting your stars. One of my favorite like tropes in a book is like a coming of age, but for like a woman or a person or a man who's like already come of age, if that makes sense. Because like we don't all have the same path. We don't all have the same timeline. Like some people are gonna get to the end real fast and some people are gonna take a long time. And I'm one that I didn't hit things like I thought I was going to. My plan didn't go according to plan. So I pivoted and things worked out way better than I thought they would have, but still not the way I wanted them to. So I'm really excited to read this one. Like, if you can't tell, I'm really excited. The Last Page comes out May 12th. This is an Alcove Press book. This one is set up, it's the same author as Not in My Book, which I loved if you've been following along. This is a bookseller with a dream of running her beloved bookstore versus the owner's out-of-touch grandson who inherited everything. So, enemies to lovers, we're gonna love this one. I'm so excited. I love Katie Holt. The next one's called Long Island Girls. This one comes out June 23rd. It's St. Martin's Press, and it is an unforgettable novel of love, belonging, set in the indie music world of the early 2000s. Yes! Oh, I love this one so much. I cannot wait to dive into this one. It just feels, from what I can tell, this one feels like it's a like coming of age, complicated romance, funny, and like a person who's like, well, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not pretty enough? What if I'm not this? And like just learning to live with it. Like to just, fine, you're not, but also like, who cares? So I'm really excited about this one too. I love a good queer romance. And then the last arc that I have coming that I literally just got accepted for, I'm also accepted into her street team, This Blade of Ours. Yes. Oh, yes. This one is so good. I've already started. Okay, I read the first 3 pages. Not supposed to start it yet, but I did. Anyway, if you want to know my thought process on what is going down, DM me. But if you read this monster of mine, this is the second book, This Blade of Ours. That name alone is killing me. Like, anyway, oh, this is a Union Square book. This comes out June 30th. I'm sorry, I don't think I said that. Second books normally don't do as well as first books. That's just like statistically proven. However, if this book doesn't do well, I will walk into the ocean. Like, gone, walking into the ocean. Not saying that she's going to do a terrible job writing this. I know she did a great job. I can't wait to read it, and I will devour it, and I will love every single word of it. I can already tell you, because her debut, This Monster of Mine, was literally written as if she had been writing fantasy for hundreds of years. Like, I swear she is like a reborn author from years ago. Like, obsessed with the way she writes. It's so beautiful. It's so poetic. And I love it. So this blade of ours, I almost guarantee is going to be exactly the same way. It's going to be incredibly powerful. It's going to be moving. I'm going to cry. I'm going to throw the book. I'm going to throw the pillow next to me. I'm going to cry some more. Like, I cannot wait to have my heart ripped out of my chest. Anyway, this blade of ours. Read this monster of mine. I highly recommend it. Like 6 out of 5 stars. It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, I can't wait to read this blade of ours. Like I said, I've already read the first 3 pages, but I'm waiting because I have other books that I have to read first. So I'm being responsible, okay? I'm being responsible. Anyway, that's where we're at for today. Those are all of my ARCs on NetGalley that I was approved for. If you want to hear about my other ARCs through Booked with the Emilys or Booksparks or PR or Forward or Zando or any of the other ones that I'm a part of, let me know and I'll do a video on those ones too. If you have any questions on how I keep track of my books, how I keep track of my ARCs, my posting schedule, my calendars, any of that stuff, just let me know. I'll get that written up for you and I'll make a little video. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm really excited to dive into these. If there are any ARCs that you're excited about, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please subscribe and like the video because it helps me out a ton and we are so close to getting monetized. So I love you. Thank you for sticking around and I will see you in the next one. Bye.